Hello and welcome back. Yeah, we got the Phantom Nightmare and we have a case opening. Um, as usual, we'll just dive in. I'll just make some conversation. This set is pretty bad. Okay, so here's the problem, right? People call this like the Doom 2.0, and they're not entirely wrong because in terms of value, it's pretty bad. But unlike Dune, right, this has some actual value cards, mostly low because that's the only secret worth anything, and then the secret after that that's worth anything is Vados at like 15, 16 right now. Here's the problem though. It's low and then Poplar and then Princess, and that is literally it. There is nothing else worth anything. Merciless, cool. That's a super. Yeah, that's a super. But the problem with the set, right? They made Poplar and um, Princess Ultras, which I think great, makes them a little more affordable. And if you look at prices now, they're 37 for Poplar and like what 40 maybe for like the Princess, or actually I think it's actually like 35. But that's the problem, right? The three cards are worth anything. Everything else is worth nothing. In fact, if you look at the first page of Phantom Nightmare on TCGPlayer, the actual set itself has no real value because only the three cards are non QCRs are at the front page. Everything else is worth basically nothing. Like, yeah, some of the ultras like U-Bell are like $9 or something, but everything else is like way below that. It's really bad. The plus though is that I think there is potential with this set. Like, I think cards like Metamorphosis or even EMP Meow Mine have potential to be good in the future. Because similar to like last year, right? We had, well, there's Magispector Ryu as a first Ultra, cool. Similar to last year, I think Photon Happy Nova was the first set of 2023, and the set it was okay. It's mostly cash tier cards that are worth anything, but then over time, right after like ban lists and like changes in format, some cards started to spike up more, like Rise Heart, and I believe Teal Cash Tier saw some spikes. We saw some other cards in there also spike up as well. I think that usually the quarter one, quarter two sets, like they have some cards that go up in price, but overall there's not really that much great value. It's more the quarter three and quarter four sets that end up being worth a lot more. Last year was weird because Dual Connectors is not really worth anything, but then AGOB is like absurd value for how much it was worth initially. And here's our first secret, and here's one of the problems. I think it depends on like the ban list and stuff. So Magic Specters, right? Kieran is still on the ban list, right? And then in terms of pendulums, Electromite is still banned. I think if they are both like ever like limited, I think these have a chance to like spike up like the Magic Spectre stuff like Ryu and Niue. But until then, these are gonna be worth nothing. Niue is like $3, I think, and that's a secret. And then Ryu is like less than $1. It's really sad. We've been pulling QCR. I pulled a QCR Ryu. I couldn't even feel excited because I thought, wow, I am still neg on the box. This was like at a locals where like the box was like $90 or something, and like on TCG it was like 77 or 80 or something, but now it's gone way down. I guess I probably should have said this at the beginning, but for full transparency, I paid about 700 for a case. So a case has 12 boxes. Each box has 24 packs. Each pack has 9 cards, and one of the cards is a foil, Super Ultra Secret or QCR. The QCR usually replaces the Super. I can sometimes replace the Secret or the Ultra, but on average, it's 2 Secrets a box and 4 Ultras. And that's the problem. It's also like 2 to 3. No, sorry. It's like 3 to 4 QCRs a case, usually leaning towards 3. So in order to basically break even on this box, I have to pull like basically the Princess, or I am just hard negging. Because the problem is, Low's the only secret worth anything. And because she's a secret, you generally pull like 2 to 3 of them. You pull like generally 2 to 3 secrets a case. It's that bad. Whew, QCR right off the bat, and it's actually not good. Here's the problem. I have some of the prices pulled up. Let me see if this is even on the first page. What is this? Grand Bash? Ugh, it's $23. 24. It's like really bad. We're like, okay. Mix it up. Princess, good. Good. I'm excited. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to pull a QCR. In terms of QCR pulls, it's usually one quote-unquote good QCR, one okay QCR, and one bad QCR. The good can be subjective, but like I've seen like cases where like one case is like the Ubel, Grand Bash actually, and then like what was the other one? I think it's like Magispected New as a QCR, which like I guess either that or the Grand Bash is like the okay one, but the Ubel isn't bad really. But yeah, getting the Princess is unironically the only thing that saves this box. Because like I said, I bought the case for 700. Each okay, see that saves it. That saves it. That saves it over there. Each box was on average about $58, right? So it is below the current market prices. So I do have to make about 58. Well, I guess more 58.33. So I guess we'll say 59 a box. If I count for like 85% of the actual value because you pay on TCG, or sorry, you sell on TCG and stuff, or you sell in locals, usually it's 85%, or if you sell online, they take like fees and stuff and shipping and all that. I still, well, man, I really have to pull well just to break even. But these pulls saved it, for sure. The lows are about 74, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, it's about 74, 75. I think market price is like 80. But you never go by market price anyways. If you're like selling or even trading locally, they always go by lows verified near mint anyways, as they should. You never want to go by market price. Usually it's a scam. Or if people try to go by direct, just don't believe them. Yeah, that actually saved it. Low, Grand Bash. I guess we'll put the value stuff up here for now. And then I'll get to it later. I'm sorry, New A. Look, it looks cool. I'm fine with the art. It's just they're not worth anything realistically. And yes, I get it. This is a trading card game. There should be, you should just want to like pull cards for fun, blah blah blah. But like you still want to pull cards that are worth value. It's fun to open packs. It's just, are you really gonna feel as good if you like pull like garbage, like no QCR or not even QCR, like you don't pull low or popular or princess? I'm sorry, I'm really trying to get the hair out. But yeah, man, this second box, that was good. That was good. That's to get us prepped for the rest of this case. That was one of the first boxes on top. The reason I also say is 3 to 4 QCRs because each case, the way it's organized, I guess, is 4 boxes a layer, and it's 3 layers. So each layer has like 1 QCR each. I need to organize this better. Man, yeah, the camera's gonna shake a lot. I'm on my computer right now, but the worst part about these cases is all the bulk. That'll be worth absolutely nothing because Konami tends to reprint these in the Megatins for the next year, and then they just have no real value. They never shoot up. It's not gonna be like old sets where, oh, they'll suddenly see values. Like, no, you're not gonna see a lot of value with the common fillers and stuff. Like, something like Master of Ham, unironically a Super Polytech, because it is just 2 generic beasts required, but, yeah, you're not going to see any of these commons spike up anytime soon. Like, the more likely spikes from what you might call your common cards. For example, like, sets like, Ghosts from the Past that had, like, just, like, Ultras and Secrets and whatever. Stuff like that will spike up just as high rarity, but these are commons. People are pulling, like, hundreds of these. They don't care. Honestly, when I pulled boxes at my locals, it was just, like, me giving away the bulk whenever I could. In fact, I bought, how much did I get? I think I got, like, 7 boxes from locals. Because it's always fun opening on pre-release and stuff. It always is. It's always a joy to see what cards you can pull and how much you can surely sell them for, because who cares. But well, like 7 boxes probably overall. Like, all of my common bulk I just left behind, even though there were cards I needed. 1, I knew I had a case coming, but 2, you just get enough of the commons that doesn't really matter. They're not going to be worth anything, and instead of just buying online on TCG for whatever price and probably paying shipping, why not just get it for free from your locals? I'm sure people are still going to buy boxes at locals. I wouldn't. After seeing the prices now, like, I would never, I'm not buying any more boxes. Like, this is the last of it. But, Hero of the Ashen City. One of the things with the set, right, the TCG archetype, it's garbage. It, like, doesn't do anything. Vados is the only thing worth anything, because that's, like, a quick effect. It can, like, destroy, like, an opponent's field spell, which is unironically good against my deck, which is, Vanadium, which is kind of cool, I guess. Even though people are maining dual format, whatever, but yeah. The problem with this set though, while some cards I believe have a chance of spike, a lot of it does have a. They're very likely going to drop down in price. If we ever, well, not ever, when we exit Fire format, because it's probably not going to last the whole year. Princess and Poplars will definitely go down. People are going to be playing less of the Wanted package probably at some point, depending on how they do in the ban list. I don't think people want the Wanted stuff to get hit, or the simple foils. I don't think they will, because next set, Legacy of Destruction, has like new support for them. Psychic Processor cool, I guess. But yeah, next set has like support for them, so I doubt they're gonna hit it, because so far, based on the card list, Legacy Destruction's not really a crazy amazing set. Like, they have like the Rekas, which is like, I believe, plant, reptile, insect support. It's like a tri-type lock, but I don't know if they'll do that good. I think it'll be okay, but I mean, maybe I'll be wrong, but I think that one's more like Dune 2.0 than this one is. This one actually has some decent money cards. I just feel like Legacy of Destruction is not going to. So far though, the set after, I think it's Infinite Forbidden is what they're calling it in the OCG. And probably what they can call them the TCG too. I think that will have some decent value. Like the Exodia cards look pretty cool. Same with like the what do they call it, Yugi Moto like retrains from like the ceremonial duel. Like I think those are really cool, but I don't think they're gonna really do much. I could be proven wrong. So far we haven't seen that much results because Infinite Forbidden did just get announced, so they're still in the Legacy of Destruction format. EMP Meow Mine. These are cards that I'm probably just gonna definitely hold. I feel like they will have some value at some point. Again, all it takes is like a pro player like Joshua Schmidt or like Jesse Kahn to like run these cards and win like a YCS or even like a regionals or whatever, and it will cause the prices to spike. I think all these cards like Metamorphosis and stuff will have potential, but it's just not being explored right now because we are in a Fire format and people are mostly focused on Fire King. I guess like the meta decks are Fire King, Voiceless Voice, and you know, I actually don't know what the other deck would be. I guess it's really just mostly those two, right? Vados, not a bad secret. This is like $15, $16, cool. This box was pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I think you can also map out the boxes too a bit. Like depending on what you pull for your secrets and ultras, like where you're pulling them in the box, stuff like that. Last one I pulled was a New Age. It's like probably one of the worst secrets, at least right now. I don't know if they'll ever unban Kieran or something, but yeah. But I think if you pull like New Age, you'll probably pull like a pretty decent secret. And I see decent in quotes because, I mean, the only other good secret realistic. Okay, so there's a Poplar. That kind of helps us out, right? Like, I've seen a few boxes at locals. Like, I know some of my locals who pulled opened 3 boxes, and 2 of them had low, Poplar, and Princess, and then 1 of them had low and Poplar. So he pulled like 3 Poplars from like 3 boxes, and then it was just crazy ratios. But that's not for every case, unfortunately, as much as I would love it to be. But yeah, we have Poplar, so I'm gonna put that up there, and then we have the rest of this stuff, whatever. And then, oh man, I'm gonna run out of room real fast. Okay. Next box. I figured out how to actually record this too. It's really annoying. I was having problems with the case. Recording things because for some reason they would record in horizontal, but then they would show up only in vertical, if that makes sense. I think one of my videos, I don't know if I deleted it or not, but one of my videos ended up like that, where it was recording horizontal technically, but then it was only showing in vertical, so it looked really weird. Like basically to watch the video, you had to watch it like on your side, which is already awful. I'm gonna try to hurry these up if I can. Grand Entrance, secret off the top. From my experience, sometimes if you pull a secret off the top, there may be likely QCR in the same box. But that's not like guaranteed, it's just usually what I've seen. Goblins, interesting archetype. I had to play against it today actually. I played against it like twice maybe so far. I mean, from what I understand, maybe it's just like a surface level understanding, but it's just an anti-XC deck, which means it just counters Pearly. Like, I'm pretty sure all of them, like, just special, they just, like, detach a material from any Exceed on the field, which is like, okay, cool. And it affects the material, by the way, not the monster, so even if Noir has, like, 30 materials on it, it still loses in material due to the Goblin Bikers. Aroma Lilith, cool. Saphira. Um, I mean, more princess, more poplars. That'd be cool. I think it's like 5. Maybe like 4 to 6, right? I don't know how the basic. I think probably more accurate to be like 4 to 6 poplars and princesses a case. So if I do like quick values, right? 37 per poplar, right? So say we pull like 5. That is 100 something. Oh my god, I don't even want to do the calculator right now. I was gonna do the math and then I just don't really want to. It's still gonna be really low. 5 poplars, 5 princess. You are still neg, right? You'd have to pull several lows, and each secret you're probably only gonna pull like 2 to 3 of each, anyways. I guess it depends on the case. The case ratios have been weird though. Like I remember at the sneak peek, we had opened like 2 cases worth of stuff, and in the 2 cases, like Metamorphosis and the Black Goat Laps were barely pulled. And we only also pulled like a few poplars, but like overall, like most of the ultras and secrets were pretty garbage, which is really rare. Usually it's like a pretty good mix because you're opening like cases, right? They should be even distributed. There's no like short prints or anything. Let me make this clear. There's no short prints, right? But sometimes you just have like weird print distributions, right? Like sometimes you just pull like weird ratios of cards when you should be seeing more of something, right? Well, I think like from a single case, it was like 3. I don't know. I want to say like 3 poplar, but I don't even know if that's accurate. Yeah, I think it just depends. I don't know. I feel so bad opening this. Yes, I pulled pretty decent so far. In 3 boxes, I think? Yeah, 3 boxes. We had a QCR, we have a low, we have a poplar, we have a princess. So 3 boxes already. That is, and big Gabunga, not the secret I want to see, but cool. Shoot, I'm trying to think. I guess we do like 59. So then that's what? It's like 177, I think. It was like 59 a box. So 177. I pull poplar, princess, and a low. I am neg. Right? I'm neg. It's not good. I can only hope that the ultras here are pretty good, but the Goblin Bikers are really disappointing. Right? I mean, I have someone who is playing it. Skull Guardian is cool, right? But that thing, I don't know if the Goblins are going to be enough. I mean, no one is really playing an XE deck. I guess what? You counter Pearlies, which are already out of the meta. Overall, it's like tier 2 at best. And then, like, Voice is good, but then, like, Skull Guardian you play like 2 of. The Fury you play 3 of, but they're both Ultras. So, I mean, their value doesn't matter. And you're not teching these into, like, other ritual decks. Like, you're not gonna play Voiceless Voice and Noblesse. You're just gonna play Voiceless Voice and splash into typical ritual stuff, like Diviners and whatnot. Wall of Imperial Tomb. Man. Surprised I haven't seen the Horus yet. I know that secret's so garbage. Like, from what I know about it, it's such a terrible Ultra. It doesn't do... not Ultra. It's a terrible secret. It's so bad. Like, you don't even play one of it. No horse, and by the way, like there is no pure horse players from what I understand. Like everyone just plays as an edge into like another deck. U-Bell's not a bad ultra. I'll accept it. I'll accept the U-Bell. It's like 950, I think, right now. I'm still neg. Oof, yikes. Okay, voice. All right, cool. Man. God, I gotta find some like kids to pawn these commons off of. I'm not doing anything with this, that's for sure. Okay, cool. Big Gabunga, Grand Entrance, and that's about it. There's nothing worth anything here. Okay, cool. I gotta organize this real quick. Fuck. Okay. There. Next box. This is the 4th box. It is by layers, so we're not gonna see a QC on this box probably unless they did a weird ratio. Again, it's like mostly 3 QCs a box, which I still think is weird. This is the 3rd set. If people have forgotten that the Quarter Centuries, they were doing it for like the Magicians of the Bonds and Unity, but based on what we've seen, they're switching from the Magicians to like the Blue Eyes White Dragon, basically. So I guess we're still doing QCRs for some reason. Like I don't hate QCRs, but I like Starlights slightly better. But like I don't like the Starlight ratios. I never did. I guess it felt good pulling one, but when you had Starlights that were worth like 300, and then others that are worth like, what, like 60, like, it felt pretty bad pulling the terrible ones, but then, like, the Starlights are like 1 every 20 boxes or something, I think, or something like that. It was not one a case. It was basically one every 2 cases. It felt really bad. I always wish that there would be more. Like, they should have at least done like one a case, right? Like, surely, like you buy an entire case, there should be at least one Starlight. But we aren't doing Starlights anymore, I guess. We're on to the Dragons. So basically, the Magicians of Bonds and Unity will be finished in the next set, Legacy of Destruction, and then after that, they'll move on to Dragons. I think it's Dragon of Pride and Unity or something. I can't remember the exact name, but basically, that's our next collector's card. So I guess they continue the QCRS. I wish they would go back. The stamp is like okay to me. I wish they'd go back to Starlights, but do it in like similar ratios to like the quarter centuries, but maybe up it a bit. Like 3 to 4 feels pretty bad. I think 5 to 6 is totally fine. People will say it'll devalue the QCRs, but I say first Black Goat, cool. I say who cares. Black Goat's interesting. So this was called Rumble Tuple, like the fan translation, I guess, of it. A lot of people, myself included, thought it was going to be a common. Turns out it's a secret. And it's a weird one too, because Labyrinth was actually expected to be a tier 1 deck. And then you play Sinful Spoils Fire King, and then you realize it's not that good. It has like a kind of bad matchup against Fire King. Fire King just does way too much. It's too much recursion for Labyrinth to really do anything. So yeah, I was gonna say Fire King. Labyrinths have kind of fallen out of favor. Not like Black Goat Labs is bad, right? You flip it, declare a monster effect, can't be special summon, and then the turn that's not the turn that's sent to the graveyard, but the next turn, you could banish it from your graveyard and whatever, but you can play with rollback. It's not like bad, but it's just because people aren't really playing Labyrinths. It's kind of fallen out of favor. And the problem is like this and Transaction Rollback were both played for the Labyrinth deck. You aren't really playing rollback for other trap decks. You technically could, like Traptrix and Eldritch, but then like no one's playing Traptrix and Eldritch, right? Like they're both like rogue options at best, so. Ages of Starving Frost. Man, I kind of unironically want to play some Vanadium, but it's really bad. It's like a weird card. It's like after your battle phase ends, you can move on to the next battle phase, and then there's a whole ruling thing I think that needs to be explored. It's like, if you use a runic card, do you skip your next do you like skip your first battle phase and then get the second one, or does it just skip the battle phase entirely? Because is it like battle phase 1 and 2, or is it like all technically one battle phase? I don't know. Another Ubel. That's not great. And last box had a Ubel, different secret and stuff, but still. Terrors of the Afterroot. That's kind of cool that I like that, though. I like some of these cards. Like Terrors of the Afterroot. There's Terrors of the Overroot and Terrors of the Underroot. I think that's kind of nice. They also have retrains for, like, Sebek's Blessing and stuff, which I thought was really cool. I do think that what they're doing with, like, old era cards, like, this is, like, GX era. I think the next set is, yeah, DM era with the Yugi Ceremonial Dual Retrains. I think that's super cool. Speaking of super cool, this is not it. This is like a Centurion card, I guess, but who cares? Like a card that's really, you're only going to use in like one archetype, I guess. Fine, whatever, still garbage. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I do like that they're going to retrain old archetypes, because like, after the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels, Infinite Forbidden is like, Exodia retrain, which I think it's awesome. I think it's nice to kind of get that nostalgia factor in too. So I guess like what you consider like the Yugi boomers can look at and go, maybe I want to build that. Like this one's like Ubels, which they are getting support in the next set. Okay, Princess, good. That is good to see. I was really worried there for a second. I'm still neg. I am still neg on the box, but that is 4 boxes down. That's a good princess to get. Yeah, that's a great princess to get. Berserk Archfiend. I actually am surprised it's a common. I think Berserk Archfiend, you can play in like the Gate Guardian archetype. I think that'll have potential for what do you call it? I think that'll have potential for like OTS like supers. You kind of just see them with the potential for getting like rarity bumps, but not. And if it's not an OTS though, it'll probably be next year's like tins or whatever, or like side sets. Though this is like the first quarter. This is like the first course of the year, so it'll probably be early in the year as well. They kind of just go hand in hand. Stuff that releases in quarter 1, quarter 2 will be also re-released in quarters 1 and 2 as well. Because then it'll be a year from when the sets first came out. So I think around the same time was also Photon Hypernova. Yeah, I believe it was last year, February as well, at the same time. So, although I guess it's weird to say that, but then see like Chaos Angel reprinted as an ulti. It is what it is. Technically, we need to see the other stuff. I mean, I guess we are getting rates off, but for some reason that's in Rarity Collection. I don't really know why. I think it's a weird choice, right? Rarity Collection. Like, they're just reprinting these specific cards. Like, we should be getting... This is some more staples, I'm sure, they could reprint. Like, I like the Solemn, for the most point. Like, the Traps got, like, reprints. Or they're getting reprints, I guess. And then, stuff like that. But then, like, they have, like, Pearly cards also in the Rarity Collection, which I'm like, why? I think that's stupid. I think bringing in more archetype-specific cards like that's, like, really dumb. Like, who's gonna care about pulling, like, a QCR, like, Pearly Sleepy Memory or whatever? I think it's like Pearly is the only card that's worth anything right now that should be reprinted, but Skull Guardian. Yeah, Rarity Collection. Oh man, Rarity Collection too. I think I don't know if I'll get that, right? MSRP is a lot higher. Technically, you can pull more like secrets, I think, or whatever it is. It's like more cards per pack. Higher MSRP, but I think that higher MSRP doesn't really sell me on the set when a lot of the good generic staples have already been reprinted in Rarity Collection 1. Rarity Collection 2 has some good staples, right? Droll and all that stuff, but who knows, by the time it, you know, gets reprinted, maybe it just falls out of favor. Another low, that is awesome to see. It's weird because low pays for the price of a box, basically. If you bought it off online right now, or even from your local for like 75 or so, low pays for almost the entire value of the box. Which I think it's... Maybe I'm too spoiled by AGOF. I did tons of videos of opening AGOF because, you know, investment purposes, right? I'm definitely not addicted. But, I opened so much AGOF, right? And there was just so much money in that set. Like, if you got boxes for like 75, 80, even 90, you were just making bank. Because SPs now are so much more expensive, like 130, 140. The QCRS are 700. Unfortunately, I never pulled one, but... You know how it is, right? I only pull the okay QCRs and worse. But yeah. Age of Overlord just really spoiled me, I guess. And also spoiled a lot of people. Because comparing Age of Overlord being like one of like the greatest sets of all time to release. In terms of like cards and also like value overall. Like buying a box was like not uncommon. Or I guess it, yeah, I guess it's not uncommon is the right way to say it. Like, you have people who never bought boxes, like, buying AGOG, because they're like, oh, I pull an SP, like, I could use it in my deck, or I could sell it for a good price, because there's always people wanting to buy it, right? Or even pull, like, the Diabell Stars, that's, like, 40. I guess I think 38 now, but it was, like, 45, I think, at the most I saw it. Well. Alright, cool. Well, that's the other QCR, Psychic Processor. Yippee. You know, I said there was one okay secret, and then, or, not secret, one okay QCR, and then one bad QCR, and then one good QCR. I think I got scammed on this case, because those are two really bad QCRs. I guess, unironically, Psychic Processor does have some potential for the future, if, like, a better Machine Psychic or Cyberse cards come out. I guess there's potential for that, but man, those things are worth absolutely nothing. The Goblins, it doesn't help that their support next set is really bad. Like, I think it's like 1 Exceed, and it doesn't do anything for the deck, so it sucks, right? You pray that there's value. There won't be. Maybe, I know there's an upcoming Team YCS, which I actually will be going to, actually, but maybe there's potential that someone plays Goblin Bikers and they like it in like top, right? Surely. Maybe people look at Goblin Bikers more and they, you know, drive their prices up. I keep saying this. It feels weird, right? I just like opening packs. That's why I do these for the, like, the channel. But, you know, obviously, like I said earlier, like in the beginning of the video, you want to pull for value. No one ever wants to just open boxes and go, yeah, that was fun. No, they want to open boxes because they want the chance of pulling something good. Like, people didn't just open Rarity Collection just because they wanted the reprints. You can easily get that from, like, people at your locals or get them online, because obviously it's always better buying singles. But it's like, opening a box is a lot more fun. You open the packs and you go, maybe I could pull something good. That's what everyone's always excited about, but... Well, this is the last pack. I think this should be a secret, right? Or maybe I pulled a low from this box. I can't remember. Yeah, maybe I can't remember. I think I did pull the low from this box, actually. That's like not great. It is what it is. Okay, I need to switch this out. Put this on top. All right. I think, yeah. I don't know. I'm like losing my train of thought. I think the low was from this box. Yeah. So it was a low in the QCR. So that at least pays for it. See, that's why I'm lucky. I did get this case for like 700. Oh, I didn't really open it well. I got this case for like 700 because even on pre-release, yes, I opened boxes for fun. But in hindsight, I'm like, why did I open boxes for like? Was it Locals was charging like 90 a box? I think it was garbage. Another one was charging like $79.99 a box, and even then, even buying it, I was like, why did I buy them? They're like way too much. They were definitely not worth it. Not for the pulls I've gotten, that's for sure. Yeah. Kind of cool though. I guess I pulled like I have one more QCR to pull, and based on what I pulled so far, I pulled the Grand Bash, right? Yeah, I pulled the Grand Bash and the Psychic Processor. My last QCR is probably just gonna be okay, because I swear I've seen a case just like this. I think if it's the one I'm thinking of, my next one will. I'm gonna predict Saphira, right? I'm gonna predict Saphira. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a Magispector Ryu, to be honest. Who knows? They don't really. I mean, obviously they're not gonna like organize it to be the best QCRs on the bottom, because then everyone will know that, and then everyone will just want to pick the boxes they choose. But yeah. Oh yeah, Ray Raptors. I always forget that's in the set. Yeah, I guess talk about Ray Raptors. Who cares? It's sad. There's always archetypes that get new support. I'm like, that's super cool. Like Goaty's a lot more playable now. They have like, I know like the White Aura Whale is being reprinted in Battles of Legends Chapter 1, which I will actually open like probably a few boxes of that, but I still think that set is garbage. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I think it's cool that they print like new support for old archetypes like Raid Raptors and like Error Mages, or however it's said, even Magispectors. I think that's super cool. But the problem is when no one wants to play it, like the people who did like decks, they play it and it's not good ever, right? It's not good for the current meta, and then it just doesn't do anything in general. It's like a rogue deck at best, and that might even be generous. It's like you never see anyone at locals playing it. Like I remember I can't remember the archetype at this point. I'm just kind of baffled by my pull. Horus, first Horus I've seen in this case. I'm like all over the place right now, just because I'm like, oh man, open these sets so terrible. We're starting off the first half of the year pretty bad. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. I think support for like old archetypes is super cool, but when no one plays them, like you never really see anyone playing them. At least for me, like I have a fairly competitive locals, and I don't see anyone touching the archetypes. Like I know a friend of mine like played Arrow Mages at the pre-release, and that was it. And when I tried to ask him what they do, I didn't really get a straight answer, because I just went, oh cool, it just I guess gains life points and whatever. And I guess you're mostly playing it with the Sun Avalon cards. So it's just like Rika Sun Avalon, but with Arrow Mages, I guess. I don't know. It just seems like okay. I just don't get it. The problem is like you don't really get a sense of like what the deck does, but you also don't really want to explore what it does. Like, are you really gonna take the time to read the Raid Raptor cards and learn how to counter it, when you're probably more better off like learning how to counter like the actual meta decks that you're gonna see like tons of people play? Like I'm pretty sure the most Fire King I've seen at locals was like 16 of them. Not for me personally, because I wasn't like playing like 16 rounds or anything, but I mean, there's so much Fire King, like you're better off learning the counters to that, which I guess makes rogue decks like potentially rogue decks like Raid Raptors like pretty decent, because then you can catch people off surprise. They'll be like, what does this do? I don't know. I think the boss marks will like make some like unaffected like card effects or something. I don't know. You couldn't pay me enough to know what they do. Ashen is super cool though. I'm looking forward to the new support and how terrible it will be. It doesn't do anything whatsoever other than Vados. I'm sure, man, terrible secret. This is a really bad box. I need a pop art and or princess to kind of save this, but I am at, I'm at 3 ultras. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna pull anything good here. At least I have my Ashen Cord basically. I pulled 1 Vados. I think I just need pulls. I already have my Vados anyways from my previous boxes I opened, but that's like, there's just cards you just kind of have to hold value. Okay, well, this box was actually terrible. single-handedly the worst box I think anyone's ever opened. Pack bastard? What the fuck? That's so crazy. What a terrible, terrible box. Okay. Nothing of value there. Swallows Cowrie. Glad they made flu support. I always see in the videos, I don't know who it is, some dude who keeps saying like day X of like wanting flu support, which I'm like, cool, I guess. Flu is still pretty viable in the TCG at least, but like, go off, dude. Copy and paste pain and be the next guy to ask for X days of support for this archetype. I don't know. I saw people doing that at first for a lot of archetypes, and a lot of them quit. But this dude's been pretty consistent. He's been in like M-Cold videos mostly. Basically posting like X amount of days for flu support, and then it's always the same. It's like no one cares. But hey, there it is. Technically your flu support. Swallows Cowrie. It's like Advent, but worse. Spirit Bell. I think the Mystic Potato is pretty cool. Some of the jump promos they had, like Ultimate Offering, the trap card, which is like Ultimate Offering Retrain, but like worse. And like Mystic Potato, I think are very cute. I think those are super cool to see, at least. I always appreciate those, to be honest. You always kind of wonder when they'll be ported over to the TCG from the OCG. I'm just glad they're kind of doing it here. It could be bad. It could be like Sky Striker Azalea in Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge, where it was so short printed that in a case you pulled like 2 or 3, which was actually embarrassing. I mean, it's not like anyone plays Azalea really anymore, but I mean, if you want to pull one, like, man, that thing was like $10, $15. I think it's like a little less now, if no one cares. But I guess the question is, when are we going to get the rest of the Sky Striker cards, right? Because the Sky Striker OCG stories has ended, and they're on the, what is it? Not Invoked. Princess is awesome. What is it? Not Invoked. What the hell is it? Magistus, that's it. They're on the Magistus story right now. So we are waiting for the other Sky Striker cards to come to the TCG. It's just a matter of when they'll be poured over and what set. Hopefully not like side sets, because side sets kind of make it terrible if you're trying to get it. But surely when they port them over, they'll put Engage back to 3. I'm sure they will. I guess one can dream, right? I don't think they'll do anything anyways if Engage was at 3. Alright, Metamorphosis. Yeah, cool, I guess. Man, sometimes I struggle, like, I guess I really should just hold this. It's only $3 now for the Metamorphosis. Even though I think there is potential for it. But it just needs to be explored. We just need to leave this format, that's all. We need to leave this format so people are less focused on Fire King and stuff. They're maybe less focused on the single spoils, and they take more time to explore the other archetypes and other cards from past sets. I don't know. It just depends. Like, I know what Joshua Smith, what was it he played? Bestial Runic, won a YCS with it, and he was teching in Duality to get into Fabled Unicorn. And like Duality for the longest time was like one of those cards where like they have potential, and people were kind of holding it. And it was like $6 or something, 6 to 7. It dropped to 6, 7 at one point, and then once he won the YCS with it, people bought it out. People buying out cards is also interesting because people usually buy it out for like 2 main reasons. One, they're trying to price gouge because they're trying to get in on the hype, right, and then sell it for a higher price. You know, buy low, sell high, right? And then you have the players who buy it because they think having the cards will make them win their locals. Oh, if I play the same deck or same cards as like this top pro player of a YCS, I can win or do well in my locals, which it almost never happens. You still have to be a really good pilot, but it is what it is, right? I do know a lot of people did play Bestial Runic. Runic in general is a pretty popular like engine overall to play, or at least a core. I know that at least, so people are already, you know, wanting to play the Runic stuff. That's fine. Poplar, okay, good. Is this the, wait, what the hell? Wait, did I? Wait, what the hell? Holy crap, that's crazy. I pulled a Poplar and a Princess from this box. Unless I'm like blind. It is like midnight. It is like 12:30 at night. I'm probably a little delirious. I wanted to record this earlier, but I just didn't really have the time. And I'm just like, I just might as well get this over with now. Black Goat laughs. Snow low. Unfortunate. Well, I mean, Poplar and Princess, I think. That's fine. It's actually kind of sad. The site that I buy this from, usually where I get my cases from, like, I get them from a discount because I end up using, like, some discount code that I managed to get in there somehow. Or, very rarely, the site would, like, email out a discount code. But then, like, recently, or I guess recent-ish, they announced that they would stop doing coupon codes. And their excuse was, like, oh, so we can, like, deliver, better deals for you overall. And then, like, you realize, no, it was probably like they were losing money on, like, the razor thin profit margins, and that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, they were probably losing money off the discount codes alone, and they're probably just like, let's just save as much money as we can by taking it out. Because the discount code was, like, actually pretty good. Like, they were giving, like this case, right? So, like, the set itself was, like, $7.80 or something, and then I used a discount code, and it was, like, 10% off. So that's why I was able to get it so cheap. But, like, with them not doing the discount codes anymore, it's like, shoot, well, where am I going to get cases for cheap now? Like, it kind of sucks. The whole point of me having bought cases was mostly so I could use a discount code, so I can get them for a lot cheaper than I normally would, which was nice. Like, I remember getting a case of AGOT for also, like, 700 as well. I really wish I recorded that one, but, well, at least I know now. But, yeah, getting cheap cases is going to be a lot harder now. So that's why I'm not really sure. I know for sure I'm not going to get a case of Legacy of Destruction. I don't think the set is good enough to even get a case of. I think that one is truly Duelist Nexus 2.0. Like, the value is okay. Like, they have, like, the new, like, Lightsworn cards and stuff, but, like, that's about it. I guess theoretically it could be, like, the set where, like, oh, like, the Lightsworn support's, like, really good or something. And, like, people buy it out, and maybe there's a secret Lightsworn, I don't know. But I still think the set's pretty terrible overall. Like, the only card I want for it is the Sinful Spoil Snake Eyes stuff. And that's because I actually plan on playing, like, pure Snake Eyes. Because I think the deck itself is actually interesting. I think it's fun. It's just, what is it? Oh yeah, someone on my locals said it best. He said it's like, Fire Dragon Link. There's just a lot of different lines that you can do, and that makes it overly complicated. Which it is. There's just, if you play on a simulator that's automated, like YG Omega, you'll find that, like, a lot of things you could do automated. Since it's all automated, it'll just tell you the interactions that you can do at times. There's just so much that's going on. There's just way too many lines, and it's like, I don't know if I have the capacity to, like, practice all of that. But, like, the most I've ever practiced on the deck was probably Sprites when they came out. More specifically Frog Sprites, because I know, like, that was, like, I feel like that's arguably the best variant anyways. But yeah, I remember practicing that a lot, and that's how I got my first, locals top with Frog Sprites, just because of how good it was. I think I ended up losing in the Sprite Mirror match, but that's about it. But yeah, that's the last time I actually really, truly practiced the deck. And then the next time would be, like, Vanadium, I guess, but even then, Vanadium is just, like, go first, don't get trolled. Like, realistically, that's pretty much all it is. At least that's how I see it. Like, it's a good deck, and they can put pretty good boards, but you have to go first, and you can't control. And if you do, you better have the out to it. Which feels bad in a format where people are main decking Joel, so I'm having the main deck stuff like Call By and Crossout Designator, which sucks. I'm actually starting to run Gamma for fun now, and it actually did come up by the locals. But, I mean, obviously I probably won't keep it in. I mean, Gamma's at 1. I have to draw the Gamma, that's it, but whatever, right? I did say I was going to YCS. I still have to figure out my deck list. That is going to be really annoying. I am probably just going to play Vanadium, but it feels bad to get trolled. Like, I think I'm, like, on, like, my usual board. Even against Fire Kings, it's rough, because, like, Fire Kings just has so much consistency. Like, they can play through so much. It's, like, unbelievable. Like, your typical board from... Actually, why am I going to a deck profile? Who cares? We're here to open packs, not talk about deck profiles. Plus, I'm not a pro player. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about what some random person says about a deck? Right. Sunset Beat's so weird. It, like, looks really weird. It's unlike... Actually, let me show this really quick. Sunset Beat's so weird. Like, if you look at the card, like, it's kind of unlike any other Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's like they just actually took a real photo of, like, a tropical setting and then just used that for a card. I don't know. It feels a lot different from, like, the typical Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Raptor Brave Strix. Excellent, excellent. Man, I'm gonna have to transfer all these 4 to my locals. Or I guess I'll just throw them all away. There's nothing I'm gonna do with this. Iron Thunder. Pff, cool. What the hell? What a terrible, terrible secret. I don't know why they made the secret so bad. Like, I'm totally fine with Poplar and Princess being Ultras. That makes them a bit more affordable. Great. But why do they have to make so many bad secrets? Like, Iron Thunder is like a worse Solemn, right? It's kind of like Solemn. Pay after life when you get the activation. Opponent activates a spell, trap card, monster effect. I don't know. Oh, also activate on the field. I guess. Oh man, this is a bad box. I don't know. I feel like something like Iron Thunder is important. This is a card that you're just like. I guess it has a bit of a different use than Solemn Judgment, but still, like I feel like people rather play Solemn Judgment. Actually, Solemn Strike is unironically a card that people are probably more likely to play in the current format against Fire Kings, which is kind of weird because it'll negate and destroy. But then, like, it destroys them. It's kind of like if you use, like, Barone on, like, some of the Fire Kings, it just, like, triggers their effects anyways, but whatever, right? Fire Kings already have some consistency, man. It's so annoying playing that deck. Ugh. People say it's not, like, a tier 0 format. I mean, I have a feeling it pretty much is. I don't think it'll be as badly tier 0 as, like, Tiers was, but because there's, like, actually other viable decks for the format, by the Fire Kings being so hyper consistent and basically only dying to like what Dweller, Inscription, like Shifter specific cards. Like I think that's what makes it really good. It's like what decks are playing Shifter that are actually good. I guess Flu's like your best choice. Like you can't tell me you're gonna play Exo Sisters against Fire Kings, right? Like I love Exo Sisters. It's probably without a doubt my single favorite deck of all time. But man, that deck sucks. I'm definitely like pre-Phantom Nightmare. I could do pretty well against Fire King. Like, I had a pretty good matchup, and personally, I would, like, get, like, a lot of wins against them. But, like, post-Phantom Nightmare, man, it just feels so bad. Like, there's so much interaction, like, and you typically only have, like, if you get to your end board, assuming you don't get hand trapped, you have, like, 4 banishes, right? That doesn't do shit against Fire Kings. And even then, 4 banishes, like, how are you gonna get to that point if they just hand trap you? In a format where, what, Fire King is running, like, 12, 15 hand traps? Yeah, surely they don't hand trap you. Surely they don't Ash your Martha or imperm your Aratama, right? Oh, and no Sakitama in hand if you normaled Aratama. Well, I guess you just kill yourself because you can't do anything with your board now. I don't know. This is definitely not really... I guess it depends on what your deck is, but this is not really like... I guess it's like Tears kind of... It's not really a pet deck kind of format. You kind of really have to play the meta if you mostly want to compete. But I guess there is some room for like... other decks to kind of win locals at least, right? Like I've seen like Branded top few times on my locals, which is, you know, it's Branded, right? It's kind of crazy, but hey, Branded has a pretty good matchup against Fire Kings, all things considered, so, you know, maybe they're a good option. Metamorphosis, cool. I am seeing more Metamorphosis and more Black Goats than I ever did at the sneak peek, and they opened like 2 cases worth. This is kind of crazy. This is also the last layer. So this either has the QCR or it's going to be somewhere. What the hell just happened to my video? My screen just flashed black for some reason. Awakening of Vados. If you have the Vados stuff, it's weird. I think I have to keep them. Because of value, like this is stuff that will shoot up later. People don't know. We don't know when exactly, but let's be honest. Like the new support is going to be... Oh, why did I organize it? That's so weird. Hold on. I need to... What the hell? Why did I do that? Why put the comments there? I think, I not think, I know, the next core set will have support for the TCG exclusive archetype. They always do. Usually the way you have... Well... Okay, so I said I called it. I called it. I called it. I said I was going to get a bad QCR. I did. I was praying that I would get something good, but like, you know... Everyone knows that God isn't real, so, you know, praise didn't really work, and I got dog shit. This is why it feels bad. Well, see, this is also my argument against, like, the whole ratios of QCRs. Like, it's 25 QCRs, 15 Ultras, 10 secrets, and there's a QCR for each ultra and secret. How is it that you're gonna have a case and only have like 3 to 4 QCRs on average, and then only pull like most times 3 QCRs? How's that work? Like that's like what, like, oh my god, that's like almost a 10th value. It's like probably like what, closer to like an 8th, a 9th of the QCRs. Like it's actually unbelievable. It's actually closer to the 8th actually. Yeah, it's like an 8th of the QCRs. That's actually unbelievable. And I pulled the 3. I think I actually pulled the 3. Actually, let me open these packs first, and then I'll look at it real quickly. Actually, I'll just do this while I'm scrolling down. Let me see which one's the bad ones. Black Goat Laughs, cool, terrible. Oh my god. So Goblin Biker, Psychic Processor, and then Magic Spectre Ryu. Cool. What a shitty QCR. What's the worst one? Yeah, I pulled undoubtedly like some of the worst ones. Grand Bash is $22. Psychic Processor is $17. Magic Spectre Draco Ryu is $22.50. Nice. I somehow pulled the worst QCRs ever. Now, I don't think Goblins will ever make a meta impact, to be honest. I have hope for it, but I don't think it will ever make a meta impact. So it's terrible. And that's a problem, because then you have the other ones. Like Psychic Processor is like a niche card. It has potential to go up if someone finds a way to play it, but I mean, no one's really focused on that right now anyways. And then Magic Spectre Ryu. The problem with that is like it's like a pendulum archetype, right? Pendulums, hello, you have 2 big ones that are still banned. Kieran and Electromite. Now, Pendulum players argue that Electromite can come back. I did not play during the format that Electromite was legal, so I don't really know what they do. But, I mean, god, like, no one's gonna play these Magic Spectres because of the fact that Kieran and Electromite are both banned. Like, who's gonna touch Magic Spectres when, like, 2 of your from what I understand, 2 of the biggest cards for Pendulum, or at least for Magic Spectres, like the Kieran and stuff, like 2 of the biggest cards are banned. Like, I don't know if it makes them playable or anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking on my ass. Maybe it's actually playable, but I've seen no one saying anything good about this. It's kind of like TGs. No one said anything good about TGs from Adolf, right? Like, yeah, when it was like unbanned, people were like laughing out like, oh, like TG Rocket Salamander is a 1-card combo to id, and you're like, cool, and then what else does it do? And then, like, that's about it. Like, no one cares about the other TG stuff, which is really sad. Although TG Gear Zombie and stuff is going to be printed in the Battles of Legends Chapter 1 at least, so maybe people have more room to lab it out now that it'll be a lot more affordable, because I think the Gear Zombies were, like, somewhat expensive. But, it's so bad. This is, like, really bad. Man. So 2 lows. I think 2 popular. Yeah, it's like 2 popular, 2 princess. Sorry, 3 princess, 2 poplars. So remember how I was saying it was like 5 to 6? Yeah, well, I guess the ratios are way off. See, this is what I mean. Like, the ratios are really weird. I guess I technically have, including this one, 2 more boxes left, but Iron Thunder, god damn it. I don't want to see that piece of garbage. Why is this even a card? What the hell? What is the... Oh, god, what's the point of it? Destroy a card in the same column of... Oh my god, it's so bad. 54 minutes. God damn. These case openings going for a long while. Princess, thank you. Shit, actually saving me there. God, I thought I was gonna pass out. That might honestly be the last princess from the box. The sad thing is, yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm almost done with the case, and the pulls are not looking good, right? Actually, let me go back to get a more accurate price. I just guesstimated the price of, like, the Poplar Princess. It was kind of the right price, but let me just be kind of more exact. Okay. What the hell? Let's see. Lows 74, Poplars 30. Up 36.69 is the lowest. They're just going down at a rapid pace. Jesus Christ, kill me. Oh, princesses are 30. Never mind. Just kidding. Princesses are actually dog shit. Holy fucking shit. Okay, so Princess like 30, so that's 120. Right. Poplars, we'll just say they're 36, right? Fuck it. We might as well round down. Who cares? 36. We have 3? No, we have 2. What the hell? Yeah, we have 2 poplars. Oh my god. Only 2? What the hell? This kid's like sucks. What the hell's going on? 4 princess, that's 120. 36, 72, 144. So that's oh my god, that's 280, I think? No, I'm stupid. 264. I don't know. I'm just like doing some quick math in my head, but I'm clearly not thinking right. So 264. Let me see, lows are 70. We'll say 74. I have 2 lows. That is 148. And the 3 QCRs together, unironically, is not even $100. It's more like 80. So I am, you know, for $50 a box, I think I still got scammed. I guess that's the thing when you make cards affordable by making them an ultra rare and not a secret rare, is that the values go down pretty quickly. Although it makes sense. Like the popular, I think I talked about this just earlier in the video, but popular goes down because unless you're playing the entire wanted package, or I keep saying wanted, unless you're playing the entire Sinful Spoils engine, or you're playing Snake Eyes pure, you can't splash popular. You're not really just running popular by itself. You're not running popular with a small package. You're running it with the whole engine because that makes it more consistent. But that doesn't make it good. That makes it pretty bad if you're just running a smaller variant. So people are just thinking, I might as well sell it all, right? Because then along with that, right, it's like the whole engine is like 3 wanted, which is like already 300, I believe. I think they're 100 right now. It's like 3 wanted, 1 to 2 Diabelsos, I guess, right? And then 1 original Sinful Spoils. That alone was like 350. Now, add 2 popular, right? So that's like 72, right? And so you're already at 400 plus. Yeah. And then you're running Flamberges, 2 of them, I believe. And then that's, I think they're 15, so like 30. So you're like, you're probably like 500 right now, right? And then you add the bonfires, because of course you have to run 3 of them, right? Search as any pyro. It's like Rhoda for fires, right? Or pyros. But yeah, you're playing like 3 of them. That's $300. So you're paying, what? If I'm doing my math like somewhat right, it's like, if not already, it is almost $800 for an entire engine. And that's not even your core. And people are thinking, well, you know what? Instead of paying them out for all that, I'll just sell the entire thing. I'll just sell my poplars. I'll sell the markets. I don't care. I'm not going to play in this format, or I'm not going to play with these cards. Who cares? But obviously, if you want to be competitive, you're going to be playing the best deck of the format. And that is Fire King with Sinful Spoils. And you're paying a lot of money for it. It is like a $1,000. People were saying Cash Tira money signs because they're like, oh, dude, this is so expensive. It's so expensive. Nah, dude. Then they didn't realize Fire King's support would come out, and that the Sinful Spoils would be like the best thing ever created in terms of like non-engine or whatever. I guess technically it is engine cards, but I don't know how people want to describe it. Anyways, basically, it's a lot more than Cash Tira ever was. And people were just like, I remember people making comparisons for Cash Tira. Maybe I'm a little salty because I've also played Cash Tira too, but I also played the deck during Dabble format, the Dark Ring Blast format. So I was playing it when it was originally released, where we were just shoving level 7s and stuff in it, just to make it work. But like, people were like, this is the most expensive deck ever. It's like, have you heard of Fire Kings? With the Sinful Spoils engine? Makes it super consistent, but also super expensive. Isn't that cool? Well, on my last 2 boxes. There's not going to be another QCR, unfortunately, so, I'm already super neg, right? Like I said, I paid $700 a case. Each box is $58. I am so neg. It's not even funny. I think this is my worst. I guess dual effects is not even worse actually. I did sell the cards relatively quickly. This might be my worst set ever that I've purchased. I thought I was getting a good price for $700, and then after I saw the Poplar and the Princess being an Ultra, I went, maybe I could refund my case, and then I couldn't. And I'm like, I guess I'm stuck with this. And I got the worst quarter centuries almost in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! These things are so bad, they're already at the bottom, and unless Magic Spectre Kieran and Electro might get unbanned, I don't think they're going to be worth any. The Magic Spectre Ryu at least won't be worth anything. Processor, I doubt they'll make new Cyber cards. Circular is already banned, so it doesn't even matter. It's not going to be worth anything. And then Goblins, their next level support is like 1 card, and it's like complete and utter trash from what I hear of like Goblin players, so can't even look forward to that. It's cool though. You know, pull nothing of value. Get nothing back. I'm just hard neg. And Vedas is our secret. Awesome. Magic Spectre Wind. Did I even pull my Ultras? I think I have one more. Poplar or Princess, surely. Man, maybe I just got gypped on this case. Maybe I should just... Surely I contact the seller and go, hey, you know, my case didn't really have anything great. Can I get a refund on the case? What do you mean, have I opened all the packs? Of course I did. I had to make sure that all the cards were there. Alright. Last box. This is an hour long. I am just rambling at this point. I'm also kind of tired, but... these are really bad pulls. Oh my god. What the hell? Who knows? I knew I was dreading making this video because I was like, oh man, my pulls are gonna be so bad. I didn't know the prices went down this much, but man, this is like super bad. I'm gonna take a non-alcoholic drink real quick. Okay, last box. Woo! Yeah, let's actually look at these really quick. So, as I predicted, kind of. Princess is like 4, 2 Poplars, 2 lows. The lows made sense. They're secrets. It's just, I thought I'd pull more Poplars. I don't know why the hell I only have 3. Or, I only have 2, actually. It's kind of crazy. So, 2 Poplars, 4 Princess. Nice. I probably got overprinted on some other Ultras, but yeah, that's kind of shocking. I'm on the last box, and like, there's like, not even the place of the Poplars. That's really sad. I pulled more Poplars from just random boxes I bought at the locals than I have in a case. This is a case, by the way. It was a sealed case. And this is what I ended up pulling. Jesus. Spear Yubel. Yubel actually has a pretty good chance of being a decent meta deck, because it's a free super poly, basically. And I know Spear Yubels are like almost $1 free super, so they have a potential chance to go up at least. I know the Yubel cards are actually pretty good. I haven't really played against them though, but from what I've been told, they're actually pretty good. So at least there's potential for that. I guess that's why the Ultra is like $9.50 or something, but man, really bad. This is really one of those sets. Not sets. This is really one of those. Actually, I guess, yeah, it says set is the right word. This is one of those sets where, like, I just have to hold it. I just have to hold the cards, and surely they'll go up. The fire stuff I probably get rid of right away. But, like, if I'm playing pure Snake Eyes, I'm only playing 1 Princess, so I can get rid of the rest. It doesn't matter. But, like, all these other cards, like, I kind of just have to hold them. Oh, I guess the Voiceless Voice I could just keep, but still. I mean, I'm not going to play the deck. Maybe it's just better to sell them. I know lows were like 60, 65 on like release, and then they quickly went up. But the rest of these cards are just so low. It's like, I might as well just hold them and then see what happens, right? Like, there's no harm in just holding the cards. because they're not going to get reprinted anytime this year. They'll get reprinted early next year. That's the only thing to be aware of. But maybe these cards have a chance to spike if I hold them. I know that's what I did for like Battles of Legends, Monsters Revenge. For a while, I was holding dualities because they're like, surely someone will do something with this card because it's actually pretty good. And then it turns out someone did. Just months later, after I'd already sold it. That's really bad. So let's just pivot back to this. I pulled a Niue. Cool. I think that's actually my third Niue. So I pulled 2 low. That's actually pretty heinous. Not even enough for a place of the lows. That's really unfortunate. Do I even review all the cards I pulled? I don't know if I want to. It just feels so bad. I have to pull a Poplar. I mean, luckily you only play 2 Poplar, right? But like having a playset of card would be pretty nice. And there's the Poplar. Nice. Called it, right? Surely I can see the future. And in this future, I can see that I will pull a garbage Ultra. Let me guess what it is. I don't think it'll be a Goblin Biker. You know what? I don't think it'll be a Psychic Processor either. I think it's going to be the Raid Raptor Exceed. Just a guess. I'm just guessing I'm going to pull the Raid Raptor Exceed. I think I should even pulled 1 Saphira. So another Saphira would be cool. At least just to get another one. But I just have a lot of it. I'll spread it out. Once I open this up. Oh, last 2 packs. Holy Christ. I apologize for all this shaking. It's just the setup I have. Alright. Well, actually, have I ever pulled my Ultras? Actually, yeah, this last pack should be the last Ultra. I don't think it's a Princess. That's so sad. Man, instead of doing my locals, really open 3 boxes and got a low, Princess, and Poplar in a single box. Man, I open a case and get fucking dog shit. There's a Saphira. Cool. Okay. Let's kind of look up what we have so far. So, that was the case. Time to spread them out. So, let's see if I can get this all in frame. So, we have 3 QCRs. Magic Spectre Ryu, Psychic Processor, Grand Bash. Probably the single worst QCRs in the entire set. Karnat would have made it worse if it replaced, like, the Grand Bash. We have 2 lows, right? Let me get this out. We have 4 princesses. Okay? I can't really get them all in frame. 3 Poplars. You only play 2, even in pure variant, so that's good to know. 3. We have the new... I'm not even going to count the Ultras. Let me take out the Supers really quick. This is just a weird way to do it. I would go wider, but I don't want to adjust my camera, which is ironic because I've just been shaking it the whole damn time. Ultras we aren't really going to consider. That doesn't really matter. We're going to look at the Pack Bit, Iron Thunder. I'm just going to put that over here. That doesn't really matter. Skull Guardian, that's just whatever. Black Goat Laughs. Okay, let's actually count the secrets I ended up pulling. Iron Thunder, Vados. Is that all of it? Wait, what the hell? Seriously? Jesus Christ, that's so bad. Okay. And then there's this set. Okay, so Packbit, Horus. This video is going on way too long, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and quicken this up, but Jesus, I don't have a lot of room here. Black Gold Laughs. Packbit, God, what a dog shit card. Okay, and then Gaboonga, which is over here. Grand Entrance over here. Okay, so secrets, ultras. Ultras are whatever. The only things that are worth are the Popular Princess. So we have 2 lows. We have 4 princesses, right? We had 3 Black Goat Laughs. We had 2 Goblin Biker Grand Entrances. We have 2 Mutamorphoses. Unironically,